If you could spend a day with a famous person, living or dead, who would it be? And what would you talk about? Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Dave, and welcome back to this week's In Between. And today is the 25th of March. And how's your bracket? How's your bracket? Alrighty. How's your week, actually? How's it going? Since the last time we talked on a Thursday. Wow. Things are still happening in the other side of the planet, and now things are shifting again. And so, not much to say there. But what did happen, I think it impacted a lot of us, many of us, and that's the passing of Chuck Norris. Remember, remember Chuck Norris? Action, martial arts guy, action movie star, Walker, Texas Ranger. That Chuck Norris, yeah. Air Force veteran, definitely, yeah. Big salute to him. And, it was Chuck Norris. And what did he bring? He brought us entertainment. He brought us just just a whole subculture of memes and images and ways of thinking and recognizing him and remembering him. Because again, he was a walking meme. The sun rises and sets around Chuck Norris, right? The sun doesn't. Chuck Norris doesn't wake up to see the sunrise. The sun rises around Chuck Norris, right? Those kinds of things. He does not do push-ups. Chuck Norris does not do push-ups. Chuck Norris pushes the earth away. That's right. Yeah. So there we go. And a couple of other ones, and a lot of good ones out there, and they're outstanding. And again, it's a cultural icon. There we go. That's what I was looking for, cultural icon. And again, they're starting to go. They're starting to go. But who's replacing them? Exactly. And I think that's the scarier part. It's like, well, who's the next martial art icon? I mean, we have Jackie Chan, but don't forget Jackie Chan was also from around the same time, or maybe a little more recent, but not where he came from, where he started, right? So who else is left? Who's next? So some big shoes to fill, if they're ever going to be filled. But it's one thing that I talk about quite often, and it's legacy, folks. It's legacy. What do we leave behind? How are we going to be remembered? How are our children's children, their great grandchildren, how are they going to know about us? What are you doing today to build a legacy for the future? Because again, they're going to look back and they're going to say, wow, great grandpa Dave wrote these books. Great 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 grandpa Dave had these videos. Hey, check him out. This is what he was like. This is what it was like at the in the roaring 20s of the 21st century. So again, what are you doing? What kind of legacy are you leaving behind? How are you going to be remembered? Luckily, I'm going to be remembered with mixed emotions, and that's a good thing, right? Because you can't be all things to all people. So again, that's what happens in life. You cannot be all things to all people, but what you do will leave a legacy. And is it a good one? Is it a bad one? Well, you know what? That's up to you. It's not how people in the future will remember you, or because no, they'll be gone too, but it's what you do now to project into the future. Remember, you're setting the example for those that are coming after you. You're setting a bad example for yourself right now. You're setting a bad example for the future. And at that point, but then again, if you're trying to set a good example and you're doing as much as you can to set a good example, then you're building an everlasting legacy. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So again, keep your eye on the prize, live in the present. However, don't forget that when you're gone. What's your legacy? And one of the legacy things that I like to do is to journal. And I journal, and I've got my binder here for this year, 2026. And I've been doing it for several years now. And man, these books could talk. Good thing they're only going to talk after I'm gone. But I also online, like I've mentioned, every Wednesday now, or not every Wednesday, but a good portion of recent Wednesdays, I share with you the daily prompt that I offer on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my X, and I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, check me out there for the Monday through Friday daily prompt. So today's daily prompt is, as I mentioned at the top, if you could spend a day with a famous person, living or dead, who would it be and what would you talk about? That's a great question. And I'm at a loss here because what Famous to who? Famous to me or famous to the world? Right? Famous to me or famous to the world? And so if it was famous to me, my grandfather, definitely, I would love to spend one more day, just one more day to talk to him. Great man. Um, famous to the world? See, that's a toss up because I could go all the way back in history and all up to modern history and all in between. And it's like, who would you ask? Who would you talk to? Good, bad, why'd they do this? Why did they go down that path? That kind of thing. So what famous person? I really right now can't say because none of them really strike me as like, oh, this is the top person I have to or want to talk to right now. Um, you know, it's a great question and it gets you one that gets you thinking, but I will answer it here. So again, that's today's prompt, and man, really got me thinking because I can't find. I can make a list. I can make a list, but who would be if I could just have that one day with one person? Who would it be? I cannot make up my mind right now. Maybe at different times of the year or different times while things are happening, I could say, oh, this, or oh, that person, or oh, this person. But in the end, it's really up to you. So again, you decide what works for you, who you would like to spend a day with, a famous person, living or dead, and go from there. So what would I talk about? Again, what made them tick? What made them do what they did? Why? What was the motivation? Why did they do it? Would they have done something different? And when would they have done it? Would they have done it sooner or later? Or not knowing what they know now, could they have done it differently? Right? Or what was that catalyst that made them turn right instead of left? What's a catalyst that made them go forward and instead of taking 2 steps back? Because again, hindsight is always 2020. So there you go. Who it is, I don't know. But what I'd ask, there you go. That's what I'd do. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, that's going to be it for today. All right, listen, we'll talk next week. In the meantime, have yourself a great rest of the week. Don't forget to roll with the punches, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along. And if you're watching, well, just don't forget to like and follow. Alrighty. Well, listen, I want to thank you. Have yourself a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you next week.